Hey guys, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise, and today's video is one I've been wanting to do for quite a long time now, and it is a tour of my betta tank slash meet all my betta fish. So you guys today are going to get to meet all my betta fishes, see their tanks, and hear about their story, and I really can't wait to show you guys. And yeah, so let's begin. So this is Clint. He is my newest betta that I got. I actually got him from Petco. He is my first adult one that I've gotten from Petco. Another one of my bettas you'll see in a little bit was also from Petco, but I'll go into more about him later. He is my newest one. I got him 2 Sundays ago, I think. 2 Sundays? Yeah. And here is his tank. I love it so much. I literally just basically got done decorating it and stuff just a couple of days ago. I love it. It's a natural kind of garden themed, and I will show you guys right now. I figured you guys would probably rather look at him than me, but here he is. A lot of people say his fins look like angel wings because they are magical. He kind of reminds me of like an Egyptian god like King Tut. I don't know, his fins are so champagne-y looking and just magical looking. Here's his tank. The cool thing about him is that he likes to make bubble nests, but like when he makes them, he guards them for his life. Like every time he's made a bubble nest, he stays right by it and like literally does not leave its side. And my future plans for this tank, it is a 5-gallon. I want to split it in half, keep this stuff on this side, this on this side, and add another betta. Okay, so since I'm going in the order from like the newest one I got to my very first betta, I've showed you Clint that is in the den. He is my one in my 5-gallon, and I named him Clint just because I like the realistic names. This one doesn't really have a meaning or a theme like a lot of my other tanks do, but I do like human names and preferably like more old man names. I don't know why. It's just something me and my friend have always liked when naming pets, and yeah, so that's why I have him named that. But the next newest one I got besides Clint is Louie, and here's Louie. So as you know, or as you may know I should say from my other videos if you watch, Louie is my little fish that I rescued who has swim bladder disorder, and here he is doing great, just sitting up. He's improving every day. I named him Louie after Louis Vuitton because I got my first Louis Vuitton around my birthday time, and I just thought since he, you know, had this issue and I wanted to get him better and get him all strong, I don't know, I just thought he deserved a bougie name. So this is Louie, which is after Louis Vuitton, although I do spell it different. And he's getting better every day. I keep him, I'm actually going to move him today into a 2-gallon just for a better kind of tank to get him better in, but I do give him Epsom salt bath, aquarium salt bath. I have a Marymount moss ball in there. I have Indian almond leaves. I do stress coat. I give him bloodworms 2 times. Not 2 times. What am I saying? Every other day. And yeah, so I've tried the pee method. It didn't work for him, but I'm trying. I'm getting there. I got him because I really wanted to rescue him. I wanted to give him a good life. I felt really bad for him. If you haven't seen the video, like his story, I will link it above. But this is him. He's beautiful. He's like cellophane with pink, whitish and gray. He's got all these different colors. He's really unique, and he's a twin toe. So this is him. And normally, like this pink right here, this is normally not my aesthetic. But for him, since he is pinkish, I really wanted to do colors that matched him and do something a little bit different from my other tanks. But whenever he gets better, I will do more things with him, make his tank a lot more prettier, more aesthetically pleasing and such. But right now, really my main goal is to get him better, and so that's what I'm just, you know, really trying to do. And whenever he gets better, then I really want to be able to make his tank super pretty, which I don't know where I want to put him yet. Because like I say, I'm moving him in the 2-gallon today, but I will not be keeping him there. He will only be in there until he gets better. But that is him. So we have Clint and Louie, and now the third newest one I have is Dart. So here is my little Dart eating, or trying to eat, an old bloodworm. I love him so much. He's my little prized possession. Well, they all are, but he's an odd child. He was my 150 koi betta fish that I got sent in the mail. I ordered him from Bettas, and Space City Fish, which was the transshipper. I have the video where I unbox him, which I will link up above as well. I love him so much. I knew from like the beginning of my beta obsession that I eventually wanted a koi beta, and I've been really wanting a crown tail because at this point I didn't have a crown tail, which technically he's half sun, which is like a cross between a crown tail and a half moon, but he looks pretty crown tail to me, and I knew I wanted one, so I talked to Glee Betas, we texted, FaceTimed him, he was super nice, and I picked this little guy out, which I loved him because of his black and white spots, and he has some pink on there too. I thought was really pretty, and he reminded me of like a little pig or a cow. And he is so sweet. Whenever I got him, he was staring right up at me. I can make him flare on command. I don't know if he'll do it. Or with the mirror. Yes, there he goes. Which none of my other betas do that on command. Well, one of them does, but like he does it to best. And yeah, so this is his tank. It is a 5-gallon. I'm absolutely obsessed with this tank. Definitely my favorite. Got this canyon rock here, greenery here, a little log, Marimo moss ball. I have 4 neon tetras, 2, I don't know how to pronounce them, I'm just going to say algae eaters, but their name starts with an O, and a panda koi cat somewhere around there. And also a snail, but he is so small that he hides, so I don't know where oh, here he is. So this is my tank, and this is Dart. Which Dart is named after Stranger Things, the 2nd season, when Dustin finds the little baby Demogorgon and he names him Dart, or Dartanimus. So Dartanimus is actually his full name, but Dart for short. And he eats bloodworms because he does not like pellets. He tries to eat them for me because he loves me, but he ends up spitting them out. He's too bougie. He only will eat bloodworms. So I got Dart actually on December, I think it was the 13th or the 14th, either or, and the one right before him I got was Navi, and Navi was an impulse buy, as in like I totally wasn't looking for him, I just saw him at my local PetSmart and fell in love with him. And yeah, so I will go ahead and show you him, which he was actually ended up being my first crown tail because Dart, I picked him out as my first crown tail, but I got Navi before him, and yeah, if that makes sense. So let me go ahead and show you Navi. So here's Navi. And he's in this 5-gallon divided tank, and this is his side. He is right here. Oh, he zoomed. Okay, then I guess he doesn't like being on camera. The really cool thing about him is he is really, really like marbling. Like his body is a light purplish pink with like blue and maroon colors on his fins and purpley colors, so he's all different colors, which it's sometimes though he pulls really blue, sometimes he pulls a little green depending on the light, and then depending on the light again he pulls pink and purple. But this is his tank. I just have the white rocks, these 2 white silk plants, the amethyst geoid in the back, and the purple plant. I love this tank. It is really unique. It's one of my uniquest ones, like with the most variety. And here he is. And he has a snail in here too, but he's small. Oh, here he is. I'm glad my snails are in view for you guys. But that's him. And basically, Navi was named after Taylor Nicole Dean's mom. She actually named him for me. I really like Taylor Nicole Dean. I've talked about her before on my YouTube channel. And her mom is really sweet. I've talked to her a couple of times, and she actually named Navi for me after Avatar. But now that you guys have seen Navi, we are ready for the next fish, which is my baby betta Steve. So right here is Steve. As you can tell, he is a baby. I love him to pieces. He is named after Stranger Things as well, after Steve Harrington. I love Steve. He cracks me up from Stranger Things. He's silly, and I thought that this little baby fit the name Steve a lot. The really cool thing about him, and you can't tell in this tank right here, which he's actually getting moved today, because Louie, my sick beta that I showed you guys, is going in here. Depending on the light, he also has the really prominent like marbling gene. He literally turns every color that you can imagine, like green, purple, pink, blue, red, all of those different colors. And he's a baby. Like I said, I'm assuming around 3 months, maybe a little over, maybe a little under, but somewhere in that ballpark. He is hilarious. I originally had him in this 5-gallon divided tank on this side, but he tried to cross over to this side and successfully did it 2 different times. and I call him my little rebel because I feel like he wanted to start problems with my fish, which is right here, which I still haven't got to talk to you guys yet about him, but I will in a second. But he always tried to cross over and fight him, which this fish didn't even like give him the time of day, which I was thankful for as can be, but I knew that it was dangerous, so I had to move him. So this is his little jail tank, I call it, because he was being a bad boy and trying to cross over. But anyways, like I say, I'm moving him today, little Steve. I'm excited for him to grow up. One thing about him is I've had so much controversy on whether he really is a boy or a girl or not, because I got him from Petco as a baby in the little tubs that say like baby boy. But a lot of people are like, oh, he looks like a girl. But I've talked to a couple of different breeders and they have confirmed that they definitely think he's a boy, because I was totally freaking out. And like, I don't have anything against girl bettas, but I like to raise boys just personally, and I think girls are pretty and everything. It's just, you know, my preference. But I am pretty sure he's a boy, so now just kind of gotta wait for him to grow up. Okay, so now on to my second betta fish I got. His name is Toast. So here is Toast, finally. He is in the other half of my 5-gallon. And he is a mustard gas, which honestly this lighting doesn't show off his colors as good as it should. But he is absolutely beautiful. He's black with yellow fins, and he has some neon purple, but you can't really tell. He is super sweet. My second betta fish I got him from PetSmart. He was kind of an impulse buy because, like, literally I went in there and saw him and thought he was so unique. He's literally gonna hide. But I thought he was super unique, and I just had to have him, so I got him. And he's named after Taylor Nicole Dean herself, her snake, whose name is Toast. I really wanted his tank to be a themed tank for her. So he is Toast, and he has 2 shrimp friends in here and 2 snails, this being one of them. And yeah, here he is. Which he will flare a lot over here to Navi, but Navi just doesn't care at all. Oh, he also has some like little leopard print looking things on his top fin, although I know you can't see. But he is my second betta. He is, I'm assuming, I don't know if he is more of a rose tail or a half moon. It's kind of hard to tell. And there's a glare. Here he is. So the fish that I just showed you right there is Joey. Now let me explain it a little bit. He was my first betta. He is what started this all. And you're probably thinking, why is he in that tank? That is not, you know, what they're supposed to be in. And before you comment and like say that stuff, trust me, I know, but if you've seen all my other tanks, you can tell how good I take care of my bettas, how much I love them. So the reason why he's in that tank is because whenever I first got him, he had been in a 3.5 gallon for months, and he loved it. He zoomed all the time, like swam super fast, like 24/7. And then I got all my other tanks. I had bigger plans for him since he was my first betta. I was going to move him into my new 10-gallon, which is the biggest tank size that I do have. And so whenever I moved him to his 10-gallon, he just completely changed. I thought he was dead more than 2 different times by the way he was acting. Like, he looked dead. He didn't even look like he was breathing. It was weird. He wasn't moving around. He wasn't being the normal, like, betta that I was used to. And it was just really, really weird. So I decided to get that little tank as a hospital tank because I thought, you know, I would put him in there, try to nurse him back to health. And the weirdest part about it is whenever I put him in that hospital tank, he started swimming around like everything was fine. Like, I really don't get it. It was so weird, and I was talking to my friend about it because I felt bad at first, but then as soon as I put him in there, he literally started swimming around. He was flaring, which I've never seen him do but once. He was flaring at the fish that I put him by, so I had to move him to the kitchen. But yeah, like, he acts happy in that tank, which he was resting right there. Of course, I showed you. But for right now, he's doing really good in that tank. He was in a 3.5. I did try him in the 10. He just literally didn't like it. And I'm literally, like, I know that that's not, like, what you're supposed to keep bettas in. But as you can tell, I have all these other tanks with filters, heaters, etc. And I've done everything that I've needed to do. So the fact that he's in there and he acts like he's liking it right now, like, I'm going to keep him in there for right now because of that. And yeah, so if he's not doing really, really good, then I'll make other plans. But for right now, he does really seem to be doing well. So, like, I promise you guys, I love my fish. I hope you guys can see that. But I just wanted to say that before any of you guys say, like, oh, he doesn't need to be in there, you know? So, but that was my first beta, and I'll tell you a little bit about him. So, I got Joey at PetSmart in my town. He is a Dumbo ear, and I would say he is a half sun. At first I thought he was going to be a half moon, because of when I first got him, he was little, you couldn't really tell yet. And he's so funny. He is like, I call him the family fish, which is another reason why I put him in the kitchen, because he's like the most friendliest little thing ever. He swims in his tank like he would race back and forth all the time. And I actually taught him to eat from my hand. Like, he would be one that I could put a bloodworm, a bloodworm, and he would hop out a little bit and get it. He was definitely my most docile one. He was so weird. He never ever built a bubble nest or flared, and he was just like all around like a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So he was the very first one I got from PetSmart. He's what started my addiction, and I love him dearly. His name's Joey, and I named him after the TV show Friends. His tank all had a Friends theme. I have 2 shrimp in there, a Cory catfish, which I am moving and getting him Friends because, you know, I know he needs to have more fish in there, and 2 snails, which I named Phoebe and Phoebo, also after Friends. My fish, the Cory catfish, is named Mr. Bing after Chandler, and one of my shrimp's name is Remore, and the other one's name is Chandler. So it is a Friends themed tank. Let me go ahead and show you my 10-gallon. This is where he was at, but he hated it. I have it very stupidly divided right now. I've got to change all that, but you can see the other fish in there. But yeah, that was the situation with that. And yeah, so he was my first beta. But yeah, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed meeting all my beta fish. Like I said, let me know down below which ones are your favorite. And yeah, I have a lot of plans for fish in the future, new tank ideas and new fish, because I do have room for new fish, which I'm really excited about because I love my fish so much. And yeah, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, which you can do by hitting my face right here. And you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right here, and it would mean the world to me if you would do so. And I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.